Welcome to GM Worldwide Radio. This is Unfiltered. I'm Ian James.
This is Jay Skyline, and you know what time it is. It's the top 10, and top 10 Tuesdays, and it's the first 10. My bad.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, we got some news in the, I guess in the brothel world. R.I.P. to Dennis Hoff, the owner of the Cat House brothel out in L.A., Las Vegas.
Wasn't he just on? Wasn't he trying to?
He was running.
Some type of like.
He was running for GOP.
Oh, okay.
He was a GOP candidate.
Yeah.
It's to me, I don't know much about his passing. I just know that between the age of like 10 to 15, you and your bunny ranch was very part of my life. HBO special and all.
Okay.
So thank you for all those memories. Hey, I'm keeping it 100. Shout out to you for keeping Lamar Odom alive.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Hey man, that's all I gotta say. And if it's Nevada and it's politics, I could say it's probably something shady happened. So keep up for the lookout for some more updated news on Dennis Hoff. Again, if you don't know who he is, he was the owner of the Bunny Ranch. If you are my age or younger or older, around my age at all, you watched his Bunny Ranch show. You could act like you didn't, but it was free. It didn't get charged on your mom's Comcast. We know you watched it. So.
Until now.
Hey man, I'm 25 years old. These butt whippings are what? They ain't happening now. In other news, we got some sports news. The Los Angeles Angels have reneged. Well, not reneged. They have cut their lease with their the city of Anaheim. So they're going to go year to year with their lease, like the Rams were doing with with St. Louis a couple years ago. They are going to try to.
Rams on a prepaid contract.
They want to. Yeah, they.
No, tax funds. Okay, just one minute.
Yo, no, that's what they did in St. Louis. They got out of their lease. And until they figured out where they were going to go, they paid year to year on the lease to the stadium. And St. Louis had nothing to do because they're like, this stadium will be empty and we'll have to pay for it to be empty. So we'll let you play until you leave. I don't know what the Edward Jones Dome is doing now. I think it's a really big convention center.
It's a dome?
Yeah, it's a dome. The one in St. Louis.
So you can do whatever. Yeah.
The idea is it's a waste of space and it's ugly. But back over to the Angels. The Anaheim Angels are looking for a new stadium. They have the fourth oldest baseball park in the MLB behind Fenway, Wrigley, and Dodger Stadium that is obviously in LA too. The problem is the reason that teams in California have issues building stadiums is California is like, we're not putting in any cash. There's never tax money from the local California put into any of the stadiums. California doesn't do that. Anaheim, the Angels are like, well, y'all gonna have to kick in for this if y'all want to keep this team. And then like everybody, Vegas is sitting in the background like, so we got a football team coming. We got the second best hockey team in the nation. Come on, man. Like we can play baseball in Vegas. I don't know what y'all gonna do. Because I think the Raiders Stadium is open door, and I think that's a bad idea. So if you're gonna build a stadium in Vegas for a baseball team, y'all should probably make that indoor too.
I mean, outdoor Vegas stadium during winter doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, you still gotta play it. You know what training camp is, James?
Training camp is, like, they're joining us in like trip, right?
You know what the preseason games are at in August, James? That is true, because I think Houston was practicing in West Virginia, and they did their training camp in West Virginia this year, which I was like lost. I'm like, y'all can get some indoor camp down in Texas probably before y'all come up to West Virginia. But I don't know much about the Anaheim Angels. When it comes to baseball, I really don't care about the West Coast, like at all. So this isn't like if somebody told me the Baltimore Orioles were leaving Baltimore or something like that, or like the Cincinnati Reds are leaving Cincinnati. It doesn't hit me that much. The Anaheim Angels move. Personally, I'm geeked to see this. I want to see in 5 years what all these sports teams in Las Vegas are going to be like. Like, are we going to have this giant gambling scandal that I'm waiting for? This point-shaving scandal.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like the point-shaving scandals. Like, how did the Raiders not score a point against, like, the Browns one week? And we're like, oh, yeah, well, the players were paid off.
You're already suspicious about this individual being dead.
Politics in Las Vegas have been shady since day one.
So sports is definitely more shadier than anything. Like sports is the big.
Well, actually, the sports are the one thing that gambling is the one thing that's on the up and up because gambling's legal.
But the thing is, like the shady side of gambling, it's like, oh well, we paying these people off to not win, and then they win gambling in their favor.
Yeah. So think about that. So we already have a hockey team. We're about a year away from one of your favorite teams going to Vegas, even though I do have an update on that in a second. They still don't know where they're going to play next year. That's the update. The Oakland Raiders do not know where they're going to play in 2019 because
they're kicked out of
Oakland's the only city in America where we're too good for this shit apparently. Because Oakland does not want the Raiders to play in Oakland next year.
Well, because they pretty much signed up to leave us, so fuck them.
I'm just saying, this is free money, James. Well, actually, no. I take that back. I did report a few months ago that the Coliseum in Oakland is the only stadium that loses money for the team playing.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, they lose money every time the Raiders play.
Why is that?
Because the stadium, it takes that much to get the stadium to run properly. Remember, the stadium is known to have leaks in it.
Well, then maybe it isn't. Yeah, one more year. It's like, well, why are we going to do something when we're not making any money?
Oh, no, like I said, the city of Oakland loses money every time the Oakland Raiders play.
So screw it. Fuck it.
So, yeah, the city of Oakland says the Raiders cannot play in Oakland next year. The Raiders are not available. The Raiders don't have a stadium in Las Vegas yet, so they can't play there. There is one place. UNLV Rebels have a home stadium in Las Vegas. It's small as fuck. It does not have amenities for an NFL stadium. I've looked into this, and right now, legally, an NFL team by their bylaws could not play there.
Because why?
There's not even a fence around the stadium. It's like high school level stadium. There's no fence. There's no security perimeter.
Y'all can put a
Also, they don't have the locker rooms aren't up to standard.
All right, how much money is the Raiders paying to be in the stadium?
The idea is you would have to renovate UNLV stadium.
Yeah.
And then UNLV is going to play in the Raiders stadium too when this is all said and done.
Okay, it's like
would you? They don't want to pay to renovate a stadium that's going to get demolished.
Wait, do you think that their stadium's going to get demolished?
UNLV is going to play in the Raiders stadium too. They're going to be pit.
But that could be like a practice field.
I think they're building everything from scratch. That's that's what usually when teams move.
I'm just saying, if this stadium could just stay there, if you're just saying it's just a field with maybe some hot ass bleachers that, I guarantee.
Oh, that was the other thing. I think it still have bleacher seats.
I guarantee to get up 120, just on a normal, cold day.
That was the other thing. There were still bleacher seats. The whole thing with UNLV Stadium is it's not an NFL stadium in any way, shape, or form.
Is there anywhere in the Nevada area that they could be we kind of.
Well, the only other option that was brought up, and the home team has said they would do it, is to spend a year in Santa Clara.
And
the Raiders don't want to do that. The 49ers said they're fine with them coming because that's free money to the 49ers. The Raiders would get no money from playing there for a year.
Yeah.
The Raiders don't want to play there. Mm-hmm. And I'm with the beggars can't be choosers. The 49ers said y'all can play in their brand new state-of-the-art stadium for a year. Y'all might want to just take that. Because Oakland Stadium, the stadium they're kicking you out of, is terrible.
Yeah.
And the stadium that you want to go play in Las Vegas is not ready or is a college stadium at the moment. Mm-hmm. So I would go and play in Santa Clara. But last news of the day before we get into this great top 10 today, we got news that Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson have broken up, and the speculated reason why is Pete Davidson apparently was sending scandalous pictures of Ariana Grande and himself to Mac Miller before his death. And Ariana found out. I'm also confused, I don't know, man. I'm still Malachi knows more than most people because he was the one that told me this originally when I was younger. I'm an old soul. So I don't get the taking selfie pictures half naked in bed's part of life.
Yeah, that's not
I don't get it. I am terrified when I'm in bed with a chick and she got her phone. Because I'm you are not getting this half taco meat. My titties is almost big as your titties. Half pictures in bed with me. You're not doing that.
Yo, get my tits out of this too, yo.
We're not doing that. That's why I'm I don't understand, because it seems like Pete probably took these pictures. Well, I'm as a man, yeah. I'm not taking these pictures, and I'm sure as hell not letting you take these pictures. Hey girls, I'm letting y'all know if y'all think I'm cute, y'all phone stays on the nightstand.
And then he first obviously had to went through Ariana's phone or something to acquire this number, because
no, that part I have the strange feeling.
So you really think that he had his number? They were like, oh, yo, here's my number.
Because they might have been cool before the relationship. I just don't think they were. I don't think they were bros. I don't think Pete Davidson was affected like Schoolboy Q was affected.
Wait, what?
Schoolboy Q had to cancel shows because Mac Miller died.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that they were close like Schoolboy Q, Mac Miller was close. But I believe before Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson were doing what they were doing, that Mac and Pete they both worked for MTV, actively.
Okay.
So like I know they've known each other before the fact, so they might have exchanged phone numbers. My thing is, outside of the fact that Mac Miller committed suicide, and I think that's shitty that it might have made him commit suicide. If I was Pete Davidson, outside of the fact that it wouldn't have been pictures, I would have probably did something like that too.
That's fucked up. That's all I can say. That's really fucked up. I'm just saying, like, no, he had, like, Mac Miller was already having a drug issue. And kind of Pete Davidson didn't, like, I mean, either care or whatever, but he should have, like, been fairly respectful, like, not to be messing with.
Again,
I feel like
outside of the fact that we know in hindsight that Mac was suicidal, obviously. Yeah. If you, again, y'all know me. The reason I don't listen to Drake is because of Marvin Drew. Not because he's not a good rapper, not because he's not a good singer, because he deals with some suspect shit in his personal life, and I can't support that. The same thing about Mac Miller towards the end. If I'm Pete Davidson and I'm supposed to be marrying Ariana Grande, I'm not here for the dudes in the background trying to hit me up with, yeah, I'm still trying to be with you, baby. Fuck that dude, Pete, with the blonde hair. No, I'm going to air you the fuck out. That's what's going to happen. Now, if you were to...
Why didn't you just air the fuck out instead of fucking, like, pretty much...
Oh, no, because this is between me and you. This doesn't have to be around the world.
So sending pictures is...
Again, I wouldn't have sent the picture. I might have had, like, a really stern text message. I don't think I would have sent pictures.
Okay. A stern text. Don't you be getting around my girl no more.
It would have been a bunch. Let's just say it would have been really unfiltered. It would have been really unfiltered. There'd been a bunch of uns all over the place. Hey, you need to unfollow my girl. You need to unsubscribe from her on iTunes. You need to undo this. Like, it would have been everything. But no, again, in hindsight, everybody hates Pete Davidson right now. And again, I think it's kind of shitty because we lost Mac. Like, that hurts. But if Mac Miller was doing some Drake Marvin Drew type shit, I'm not that mad at Pete Davidson about his reaction. We supposed to get married. If that's my fiance, you are not hitting her up anymore. I don't care what's going on in your heart.
You literally have been dating her for like 4 months.
That's their problem. This is
like
that's
Mac Miller and Ariana Grande were like dating for 4 fucking years or something like that, and you're telling me that this little 6 month little fucking and sucking, you know, doing all this other bullshit y'all be doing, and you're saying y'all in love, you think that you have more grounding than Mac Miller saying like, even if it's like you could just be like, hey, I'm gonna like, you know, we're blocking your number, like just stop bothering us, like, you know, like
that's Ariana's problem. That's not my problem.
Then why?
My 4 months relationship.
Mac Miller wasn't actively like saying, oh, like please, you know, like.
I'm just gonna say, for Pete Davidson, my 4 months means more than your 6 years to me. Now you're right. That 6 years to Ariana should mean more to Ariana.
Yeah.
But to Pete Davidson, 6 years to.
But if you love this person, you say you're in love with this person, you would respect what they feel still.
Ariana.
No. Pete Davis should be respecting Ariana's feelings still.
If Ariana ever said that she still
Ariana's a very sensitive individual. She's like
she also steals donuts and licks them and puts them back.
Okay, that's not I don't know nothing about that. But all I'm saying is she had that like, you know, issue last year with the big shooting over in whatever. She's still broken up about that. Obviously, she would definitely be very broken up about a relationship with him. But I don't know. Obviously, there was some issues like drugs. So that she wasn't really involved. So I mean, she's just as guilty as hell as like.
Whoa! We're not.
Oh.
Let me put this to myself. Jay Skyline is not on the bashing Ariana Grande fan wagon. That is a weird place to be.
I'm just can't bashing her. I'm just saying like it's kind of like it all.
So this is where I don't understand why people are mad at Ariana Grande. Is she supposed to stick with Mac Miller while he's like drugging himself to death?
No, but you should have just broken it off a long time ago.
She did like 8 months ago.
But I mean, you got in there for 4 years. You were in 4 years deep. I don't know how long the drug's been going on.
Again, I think she was cool with the weed. I can't say that like I don't know when he started popping pills and doing lean. But if that's what made her stop, you get to decide when that stuff tells you that it's time to stop. Yeah. Now I agree. Like if you're one of those bitchy women that like you started dating a stoner and then you wanted to like have a family and kids and now you want them to stop smoking weed, I think that's a shitty woman. But if he was popping pills and doing lean, and you're like, I can't support this. Yeah, I can't blame you for that.
Yeah.
Like that's like you finding out like midway through the relationship that your boyfriend does crack, but you're supposed to stand by him while he's doing crack.
No. Alright, you don't put it like that. Okay, but I'm not too sure. Unfortunately, I don't know the whole thing. I'm sorry, I'm throwing it on you, Ariana. All I know is it is Pete's fault in my eyes. You know.
I
this
know.
is-
Again, hindsight, Pete deserves to get what y'all want to give him. I'm just saying that y'all be killing me too. Because if I thought a nigga was pulling a Marvin drum on my girl, I would probably try to do something to make him leave her alone and make himself feel worse. Which I think that's what Pete was trying to do. So that's all. That was the first 10 for the day.
First 15.
First 15 for the day, whatever.
5 minutes of bullshit.
We got our new bracket set up. It's a little bit different format. Malachi's about to slide in to help understate what's going on. But we're doing top 10 Tupac club songs that'll get diluted into a grander bracket of top 10 Tupac songs in whole.
4
The top
categories.
10. All right, y'all seen the Kanye one where we did the 64 breakdown? And for anybody who's familiar with the show, years prior, we did a best rapper of all coast, of all times, that whole thing, and we broke it down into 4 weeks of brackets. That's basically what we're going to do here. 4 weeks of Tupac tracks, 4 brackets, so we can break it down to 20 songs, and then we'll pick our top 10 week 5. All right. This week is top 10 club songs. This was a very hard category. James is not a fan of some of the songs. You know? We went to our DJs for
I'm not a fan of how
Shout
they
out
were,
to Henny Brick.
you know, our official DJ judge on that to
just the categories.
Yeah.
Like what
All right.
qualifies as a club.
All right, so we have club, street or thug life, political, and love, dedications, things like that. So those are the 4 brackets for Tupac. It sounds like it's an easy thing to break down, but
It wasn't.
yeah, thug life has like 90% of the song, and then political is like the other 90. So it was kind of rough. What songs are club? So this is what we're gonna do. If you disagree with anything, feel free to comment at the bottom of our YouTube page or on our Facebook page. It's Grandma Worldwide Radio or Unfiltered, and deal with these guys. All right, so we're getting into this top 10 Tupac club songs.
I guess I'll kick it off since you're in a bad mood and you're the guest. Top 10 for me, number 10 is Scandalous. It was a nice groovy track. It's not the best Tupac song. It's not the worst. Yeah, I really apologize for that. I'm not a white newscaster.
That was my number 10. I switched out. My number 10 is All About You. Is that the same? Is that 2 different songs?
No, it's the same one. You're all about you.
So who wrote it down just like that? Someone wrote like the second part of the hook. As,
Wait, what?
so
Wait,
Scandalous is still my choice.
where do you have it?
I don't know why I thought it was a whole different song.
Wait, what's the other song? What did you think?
Don't even ask me.
Well, no, 'cause
Scandalous is my number 10 too. I'll leave it at that. James is gonna try to find out there's 2 different songs now.
I thought there was.
I know. What's your number 10, James?
Guess who's back? Yeah, I put it down just because it's a lousy club song. It's not going to make their whole top 10 list in the grand scheme of things, but I just want to put it on there because I felt it was a club song.
I know you've
It's a
never
lousy
sold.
club. Like,
It's
how is
lousy.
that how you sell it?
You can't
I know
sell-
this is a horrible car, make and model, but
You
like,
couldn't sell something if it was free.
yeah. That was a horrible
So
number right there.
Scandalous is number
I don't
10.
even think like no one who was on that song or produced it wants that to be referenced that way.
Not that way, no.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, I could let the world forget about that song for all that.
Yeah, I would rather not have my name brought up in this argument.
So number 10,
Wait.
Scandalous. What? All About You is a separate song.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Now look up Scandalous and see if it's
It
different. than that.
was.
So I might have been right.
Wait, I
That
thought
was.
everywhere we go. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I was the one I was thinking of. What are you
It's
talking
all
about?
Yeah.
What
no,
are you thinking
Oh,
of?
no. Okay. I'm sick, people. I got a cold. Just
Okay, I
fuck
was like,
with
I
me.
was confused
Just
about what
fuck
the
with
other
me.
song
Let's
was.
scrap this whole. Yeah, it's not even number 10. Okay, he had Scandalous for number 10.
Okay.
All right.
So you're right about your All About You.
Yeah, All About You.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah, Scandalous was just like She's So Scandalous, and All About You was all the hoes to be in the same video in every video. And all
yeah,
that.
I had that.
2
up
different
higher.
songs.
I had that up higher though.
Okay.
I have All About You higher too. That version of it, not whatever you had. So
Yes. So it's between Scandalous and Guess Who's Back, and Guess Who's not making the list.
so we stopped for no reason. Scandalous is still number 10.
Still number 10.
All right.
All right, it's on me now.
Yes, number
My
9.
number 9, I had to switch these around because this one was a late entry, but Got My Mind Made Up, featuring Daz, Corrupt, Method Man, Tupac. Method Man and Redman. The only 2 people who's featured with.
I don't even understand the titling because they made sure they split their names up so they weren't like in the group text.
Yeah, like everybody was broken up, and then Pac was only like soloist in that.
Right.
But it was 2 groups. It was basically the West Coast versus the East Coast in it, like lyricists, and everybody knows Corrupt is from the East and he's a dope lyricist. So that was like one of Pac's best like lyrical jams.
Wait,
But
would
it still was
everybody been from the East technically?
Yeah, Tupac's from Baltimore.
everybody but Daz.
Wait, was
Yeah,
Daz from?
no. Daz will never say he's not from LA. So let's just
Yeah, I
keep
think
it moving.
Daz is LA, like born and raised. I believe so. I'm not sure.
I believe
He
so,
did that
too.
CD with So Def, and I wasn't sure if he was.
Everybody
was
from
on
the West
stage.
had some type of South moment.
Okay. All right. So my number 8 was Got My Mind Made Up.
9.
Or my number 9. My fault. It was 8. I switched them.
Okay.
All right. So number 9, Got My Mind Made Up.
My number 9 was Temptations.
My number 9 was also Temptations.
Oh.
I had Temptations.
You didn't even put
I thought we switched it. No.
You
What
fuck-
happened?
You had it here.
What
You said,
happened?
"Fuck it." You said, fuck it.
God. Okay, I'm gonna make a switch. I'm gonna make a switch on my next. No, I'm all right. It's on the list.
To make credit to Malachi, he had to go and get like 80% of these songs by
Did y'all
himself.
see all this bullshit?
That line is literally all the work I did.
Yeah.
Everything above
this
is
took
him.
like forever. And Temptations is one of my favorite Tupac songs, so I really feel like a straight asshole. Like one of my favorite for real.
So yeah, no, like I want to give him a pass about the fact that this is more work than usual when it comes to a top 10.
Yeah. I apologize for that.
James, it's on you, number 8.
Number 8, I'm putting Ambitions.
Ambitious is a writer at number 8.
Is that too low?
I had it higher up. I'm just watching him get lost for a minute. He was just sitting there zoning.
I
like
just
it's not his
had
time.
my temptation moment. All eyes on me.
Oh, all right.
And that was my number 8 too after the switch. So I had all eyes on me.
Okay. That sucks.
I definitely had Ambitious higher though. Oh, you don't want it any higher. That's why it sucks.
No, I actually had All Eyes on Me next one up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
not bad.
number 6 for
Number
me.
7.
Number 7. All right. Oh shit.
wait, you just gave out 6 or 7?
No. My 8 was 8. Number 7 for me is All About You. I have to figure something out, which I figured out.
Oh, now you got All About You pops up.
This is where I had it.
Wait, well, I had,
You had a 10.
and then I switched because I thought it was really called that. Damn. All right, so I don't have that there at all. I had Toss It Up at number 7.
I had
I have a little higher.
number 7 All Eyes on Me, but
It's
I
already on
could-
the list, so it's
But
between.
I have All About You at 6.
But that means you're conceding that it's not.
So
Good.
you're trying to let Toss It Up go here, and I have California Love at 6, which
This is like the difference.
it's getting real now. See,
We can't even play people
Where,
here.
go back. Where are we at? We at 6.
we're at
We had
7.
7.
We had 7, and that could
So
be
the argument is all about you and
I got Toss It Up.
Toss It Up.
toss. Yeah,
So it's Toss It Up or All Eyes
That's
or
it.
All About You.
that's it. Because All Eyes on Me was
So
mine.
it's on you to pick. Understanding that your pick might not make it at 6.
I'll say All About You.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that because I was like, please let him still get the song on the list that I messed up.
So number 6 is on Malachi. It's up next. I'm so happy I fucked up
Oh
number 6.
man, number 6, California Love.
God damn.
All right, number 6 for James because this seems to be a personal issue for you.
It's all about you.
Oh, number 6 for me was Ambitions.
I had Ambitions 1 up. I had Ambitions in my top 5. Like so who's voting? It's on James
It's
again.
on me again. God damn.
Oh shit.
Wait, what do we have?
Yeah,
Do
California
you have
Love,
California Love?
I have it higher.
and I have Ambitions higher.
I think he's personally more
I
attached to
didn't-
California Love.
He probably is. It's like California Love's like number 3.
I had him. No, I had. It was. I might have to put Ambitions because I have it lower, but
Like lower, like what?
He
I
had
had
it
an
outside. It was
I
at
had
8.
Oh,
So he doesn't want it in the top 5. So he's not going to fight for it to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
So Ambitions is a rider. And then Cameron's version is like really my shit on the low. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, leave me alone, let me live my life.
Right.
It's basically just, and I thought it was gonna be horrible because you just copied the Pac song that quick. It actually is the only like remix I really like that. So Ambitions is a rider at number 6. We're back around to Jordan.
So the top. We at 5.
Yep, top 5. Oh, you want me to
Break it down.
run them down real quick? Top 10 Tupac club songs for our first of 5-week Tupac breakdown. Number 10, Scandalous. Number 9, Temptations. Number 8, All Eyes on Me. Number 7, All About You. Number 6, Ambitions as a rider. And now we're into the top 5. These are the ones that count. These ones go to the next round.
Meaning whatever falls at 6 is up.
Yeah, so from
Yeah.
5 down of all 4 weeks is what we collab for the final week. So The argument
So
part.
so
It's really going to come into play on this.
Number 5 is Toss It Up for me.
You got to toss it up at 5?
God damn.
I had Ambitions of Rider, so I'm out. Mother.
I got How Do You Want It?
I have it higher. I had to think about
I
it.
got How Do You Want It higher, too.
But you think it's gonna make it higher?
Yes.
And then
Yeah,
you
because
think
Club is officially a Tupac Club song. Like, this is one of the ones that's not a hard Tupac, what's Club, what's not. Like, this is like in the Club category. In fact, you've seen it on the page. It was in the top.
All right.
All right, so we're putting
I'm fine with Toss It Up here if that's where
Toss It Up,
Ah,
which is still another,
Again, this stuff will get argued at the end.
yeah.
all
Like,
right, because we have a lot to argue.
you have a lot to argue.
only
Don't
one
speak for
pissed
don't speak for the rest of us.
All right, number 4 on me,
Yes.
I have Hail Mary.
Okay. I had Hail Mary here at 4 as well.
I had 2 of America.
Oh.
Ooh, I had that higher
I
up.
had a-
So good thing Hail Mary. Yeah. I don't know, because somehow something's going
I
to
thought
fuck
Hail
up.
Mary was still on the
Someone's gonna
street
get real
list.
fucked
So
up.
I didn't have Hail Mary on my list because I thought it was still on the street one.
Don't let him fool you. We talked to our
Yeah.
DJ. It's been cleared. We all knew that Hail Mary was now officially on the club list.
I just want y'all to understand why it wasn't on my top 10 because I'm like, I don't want niggas thinking my Hail Mary wasn't on my top 10.
It wasn't. Just to let you know, it's not. He scratched it off. Just to let
scratched
you know. I can see his paper. All right. Number 3. James.
Number 3, I had California Love.
I had California Love at 3 too.
Wow. I had How Do You Want It?
Ah, shit.
sucks.
Wait, where did you put it?
What? I have it higher.
A little bit.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's going to get real. You
All right.
next- What? Oh. It's
Go
not
ahead.
with the K's. That's what I was like. What's this?
What,
Ice
oh,
Cube?
wait, was it with the case?
No. It might have been 1. It didn't have 3.
What? 3 what?
I swear.
Oh yeah, America. I think it had 3 Ks.
It better. Because he got it. It better.
So number 3.
I did
It
it
better.
It better fucking.
If it don't have it on that paper, if I see 2, oh gosh. I'm going to have to do my, oh.
So number 3 is California Love. Oh, and to make it clear, I had the remix on my list, but I just knew the remix wasn't making it.
That's my favorite video. But no, the remix is the one, video-wise,
The video was better. Yeah, because I feel like they spent too much money on the original California Love remix.
yeah, with the crazy Mad Max.
Yeah.
And then the other one was just like one day at like some
Cookout?
yeah, it was just a nice
Yeah.
house, and that was like perfect. And then the chick when dropping the robe, man, that one was way better. They never played that version again. All right,
Number 2 is on you.
number 2, perfect for the spot. 2 of America's Most Wanted,
2 American.
and it didn't, huh, James? Did it?
It was KAZ.
Yes, it was 1K.
I
Yeah,
thought it was an Ice Cube type thing.
I bet you did. I bet he did.
All right. So
Okay, we're gonna fly over that because it got real in here. It really got real in here.
it's on you. Hurry
He
up.
got the same song, and I don't agree with him at the same time. Though he got the same song.
Oh, so y'all both
somewhat.
have that too?
I got the one with just 1K. I ain't got
My
that
number
version.
2 was How Do You Want It?
I want it spelled right. That's how I want it.
AMERIKAZ.
Yes.
America's.
Yeah.
So
All
that's
right.
gonna be number 2.
Number 2.
All right.
So James is on you for number 1.
I get around.
I get around to number 1 too.
And I had it. I get around at number 1.
Best. That was like one of the best tracks.
I think that was the only part that we. I mean, again, club.
I'll
when we
admit-
got close
well,
to the top.
How Do You Want It and I Get Around was really close for me. I know it wasn't for y'all, obviously, but for me it was a real close because they were both like the epitome of Tupac club songs to me.
I get around, I think,
Alright, so-
automatically. I was trying to go by, like, if I was in a club and I heard the song play, like, the crowd reaction.
Right.
And I get around always. I don't care what age. Like, that's one of them. You know, you just always. So that's, like, his number 1. All right, but that's for now.
No,
we
no.
have our debate.
We need to get. All right. So How Do You Want It needs to get in.
Oh, it didn't make the list?
It
All right,
did not make
here's
the
the
list
10.
because that's what I said. We
Here's
need
the
to get
10
it in.
until right before debate. Any changes we want to make, any song we want to throw in, here goes where
Scandalous
we
has got
argue
knocked
this.
off. I know that much.
Top 10 Tupac club songs. Number 10, Scandalous. Number 9, Temptations. Number 8, All Eyes on Me. Number 7, All About You. Number 6, Ambitions of a Rider. Number 5, Toss It Up. Number 4, Hail Mary. Number 3, California Love. Number 2, 2 of America's Most Wanted. And number 1, I Get Around.
So I think the argument is, how do you want it making this list? Where? Because Scandalous is gone. So,
So that's immediately.
because we legitimize this list immediately of how you want it don't make it.
Yeah,
So-
How Do You Want It has to be on there.
Yeah.
It got Jodeci for one. It was like the hologram that they use of Pac is from that. Like, it's the club song. So Scandalous is off the list before I even found out what we're putting something has to go for something to come onto the list. So we already decided what's going. Now, do we want to move anything around, or do we? Want
I
that
don't
at
think it's
number
10. I for sure don't think How Do You Want
No,
It's 10.
no. I don't think anybody had that even that low for us.
So this is where I am right now. I think it's above Temptations, All I Am Me on About You. So it's at 7 automatically now. Does anybody believe it should go above Ambitions?
Whoa, hold on.
As far as club songs, we're not saying just dope songs.
You think Toss It Up needs to be number 5 though?
I could even. I personally think.
I can switch them out.
I think How Do You Want should be in the top 5. If you want my honest to God belief, I think How Do You Want should be in the top 5.
I had How Do You Want to add number 5? That
So
was
like,
me.
if you want to move Toss It Up to 6, I'm fine with that. I just knew that this wouldn't be an argument, and then people might argue from here.
Yeah, it's close down here, but I can see that one. I'm not mad. Plus, I'm trying to think of what's going to the next round.
Yeah, what's going
only
to the next
5
round?
go, so I'd rather have.
Do these have
How Do
better
You Want
chances?
It up against some of these other songs than some of them.
Oh, I knew this wasn't gonna go.
Like,
So-
They said Ambitions. I'm shocked none of y'all fought for
All
Ambitions.
eyes.
oh, I'm still not done. I was just
Yeah,
letting y'all
me.
get this. We just knew that had to go. Now, Ambitions is still not lingering out of 5, and I kind of need that. Like, I don't know though.
All right.
To me, I would switch Ambitions to Hail Mary because Club to me is more Ambitions than Hail Mary. To me, I take Hail Mary very seriously.
But no. But when you think about it, this is not going against clubs after this. This is going against the best top.
Yeah,
whatever.
this list right here is Club. And I'm saying that if between these two songs, Ambition, I would rather listen to this in the club than Hail Mary. To me, Hail Mary is like I'm about to go kill somebody.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna cause you to do that.
Like if we're listening to Hail Mary in the club, that means I'm setting somebody up in the club.
I can switch this.
Mona
damn.
Lisa type shit.
I can switch those. There's still I can move both of these.
Oh. And move Ambitions, and then have all.
How do
eyes
you
on-
want it?
Oh, how do you want
Ambitions 4, How Do You Want It 5?
Or the other way around. I don't care where they land 4 and 5, but I think that
They
should
need
be
to
in the
be-
top 5. And I definitely think How Do You Want It's number 4.
it? All right.
That's fine.
So Toss It Up out for How Do You Want It.
So what's the other song leaving? Temptations?
Woo!
No, we're not. Wait, we're taking that out.
We do gotta take
Yo.
out something
Y'all just.
Why?
because we're moving. All right, that was already okay. Something can move up.
Oh, never mind. I thought my bad. I was acting like Ambitions wasn't on the list at all.
I was about to say.
Yeah, everything else is on the list. So
Yeah,
we don't-
everything's on
okay.
the list. We don't need to.
All right, so How Do You Want It's number 5.
How do you want
Toss it up will be 7.
Toss It Up 7.
You want that?
Because all this stuff is moving back.
That's it. Like that's how you're doing it.
No, I want an
We're
ambition-
fine with Temptations at number.
Flip Ambitions and Hail Mary for me, please.
Okay,
that
so
was the other thing I thought we agreed on.
Ambitions at number 4.
So Ambitions is better than How
Again,
Do You Want It?
if Hail Mary was in the street, it would have probably been top 5 for me in the street. But as the club, I'm with y'all. Ambitions was turned into a club song, and I'm still with it as a club song.
Yeah.
Hail Mary was like, y'all forced that to be a club song, but like that's like Many Men to me. Like I ain't listening to Many Men in the club.
True. But if it comes on, I might rock. But all right, so we still have to move something back. What's number 10? Temptations.
I actually think All Eyes on Me would be number 10 over Temptations.
Wow.
I kind of think that Temptations definitely
Yeah.
is more in club than I don't know. All Eyes on Me.
And then All About You could be 8. All About You is more of a cookout song than a club
Yeah,
song.
it's really not like if it comes on in the club, you're really not happy. I would think you might sing it to mock abroad, but you're not like that's like show tuney. Like it's a little more
Yeah.
happy. Doom, 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 boom, 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 doom, doom, boom, 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 doom. I know that.
No, he's right though.
Ow. Okay.
Riding around.
That's what it's from. You know, that's
Fair.
why I like Pac 2. He had a lot of older songs.
Well, that's why I like a lot of them joints. Cause like listening to those songs were samples of the stuff that my mom was listening to. Like just listening.
And that's
to.
why I kept both. All right, so we're moving All Eyes on Me to number 10.
Yes.
Okay.
It's spelled like 50 different ways. All Eyes on Me on number 10. Temptation still at number 9. All About You at number 8.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Did I say something now?
I'm not upset. Like I'm like surprisingly not really that upset about.
Yeah, it's not as bad as you. Yeah, it's one of them you cried in the car all the way to the damn dentist. It wasn't really that bad once you got there. It's one of them type shits. You had to cry the whole damn way. That's what that was. All right. So, is everybody cool?
I'm cool at this point.
All right. Here's the final recap for today's top 10. Top 10 Tupac club songs. Again, it's gonna be 4 to 5 weeks. We might be able to get that last one. We might double up, but it's gonna be. We're gonna break down 4 categories, and this week's is club. So the top 10 Tupac club songs. The top 5 move on to the finals when we, break down the top 20 to a top 10 list. All right, number 10, All Eyes on Me. Number 9, Temptations. Number 8, All About You. Number 7, Toss It Up. Number 6, Hail Mary. Number 5, How Do You Want It. Number 4, Ambitions of a Rider. Number 3, California Love. Number 2, Two of America's Most Wanted. And the number 1 Tupac club song, I Get Around.
Also, to make you feel better, James, I have a real strong feeling that if he could have got California Love to not be in this top 5, he would have.
Yes.
Yeah. I know.
Definitely would have been in top 5. I would have, yeah, but I knew too. I wasn't winning that argument. There was no way.
That's why I was like he was really quiet about that, but in his heart, he wanted to figure out a way to sleep.
And it was number 3. Like
See,
anything that could have been on Love.
See, that's where I think he wished it was 5. Because he knew he would have got it out if it was 5.
Yeah, if it was 5, I had Ambitions would have been an easy little kick. But still, it's kind of like a love song more. But it's on the list, so therefore.
Oh, well, but that was too clubby. That was like the club song, so.
I will say that this category for Tupac is weird because all songs could be pushed into a different category if we tried.
Because there's always a song that's offset, like California Love and The Live and Die in L.A. Same song, just extension, pretty much.
Well,
one's more of a city, and then one, but still, it's still the same.
Always understand, I'm a Los Angeles Rams fan, and we about to be in Inglewood where we up to no good.
All right, you need to stop.
On that note, before he says any more unsupervised or I don't even know pre-screened references or shit like that, that is it for us. I'm your guy Malachi Joel at Varsboy on Instagram.
I'm James _Lame on Instagram.
J Skyline 99 as the person and Instagram.
He wanted to say something else. There was something else in his head. That's why he couldn't get that simple shit out. All right.
I was thinking about something completely.
We'll catch up with y'all. Don't know what y'all doing tomorrow. Are y'all doing something?
We eating food tomorrow?
I think we were gonna for Donovan.
Oh yeah, Donovan's go away party tomorrow, so he'll be with us behind the table. I don't think we're gonna get a full interview out of him, but we're gonna make sure that he eats some food. We're gonna make him eat some food on camera.
You'll probably get more fooding than words out of him. But that's tomorrow with these guys, Unfiltered. Be sure to follow them YouTube channel, Ground Worldwide Radio.
Album reviews are coming back soon, so please send us any mixtapes, albums, or EPs that you want reviewed. I know we've been slow on it, but we're about to get on that heavy because we got to get a top 10 out for the end of the year.
But you're actually starting with, we got Pretty Chrissy and Fly Guy.
This Thursday,
a listening party.
Okay. Yeah.
So, find these 2 guys in attendance. Let's see if they can talk to them about the upcoming releases.
It's a double disc release. We've got Fly Guys and Pretty Chrissy. Check out all their works online.
Yes. So see y'all tomorrow and see y'all on Thursday for the listening party. We out.
Peace. 3.
God damn.
I was not gonna hit it. I knew not to hit it.
I don't think you are that skilled.
Yeah, I think you could.